Hey folks, what's up? Let me send out the tweet real quick. But I'm here with Super Drew, Andrew, aka Silent Works from Super Bass. We're back, baby.
We're back.
Yeah, we had some good times. The last couple times we were able to do a live stream here, so I was needing to set apart some time so we could start doing it again. But I've got the time now, so we're gonna start doing it, and I'm excited. How have you been, Andrew? All good?
Yeah, been
Just
good.
drowning in tabs over there?
Yeah, closing down tabs, fighting with Docker, the usual.
Yeah. Oh, Docker's weird. Yeah. Right before we started, actually, Andrew could tell. I was just like starting up my workspace and just like went to run yarn dev to make sure our project was up and running. And the ZHS or the ZSH response was yarn not found. I was like, what? How did that
Yeah,
happen? So, uh, why can't things just work? But I think things are working now. I think we'll have a good stream for everyone,
yeah, I
and
think so.
hopefully we'll be able to do some cool stuff. Let's maybe jump. Let's go to the live site and we can kind of talk about what I'd like to accomplish today. So I'll just go to supaship.io. That's just out there on the internet. Anyone can jump in and comment or participate in the message board. But let me drop into the chat here too. This whole project's open sourced. We have this is what you end up building, or you end up building a starter, I guess, for this app in the the course that we made with Fireship. Uh, that's you can see if you just click on this link right here. You can go buy it. use use promo code Supaship. You get like 50% off, I think. So shameless promotion. But yeah, what I'd like to do is right now the app is kind of like just a Reddit clone where you can see there's all these different posts by people, and we can scroll to the different tabs, different pages inside of it. But mainly, Andrew, what this is motivated by is me. I want to be able to come in and see all the posts I haven't responded to yet, so I could say, "Hey, welcome," or at least so people know that something new's in. So what I'd like to do today, we'll see how far I can get. I don't think we'll probably launch this today, but maybe we can get most of the basic stuff in. Is to have like a little bell icon or something here, or maybe just put it on right here on the message board. Link, just a little like a red one or something like that to let you know, hey, you got one new notification here because someone commented on one of the posts that you made. Would be the idea.
Okay,
So,
cool.
does that make sense?
Yep.
How would you build this, Andrew? Let me ask you that. Is that
On the spot.
no, just like I have an idea. I have some basic idea of how this could work. Maybe I can start drawing out mine, and you can let me know what you think. But right
Yeah.
now, so I got Excalibur on. But essentially, what we have is like a series of tables, and like the data that we have, I think, is pretty normalized to the point where we have like posts, and then
I
we
don't think you're
have
sharing your screen, is that?
oh
Yeah. We didn't know
uh,
what you're talking about.
ah, fail failure.
Okay,
All
now
right.
we know what you're talking about.
Okay. So we want the red number somewhere up here, right? So
Yeah.
if I came in, I guess if I was commenting up on myself, I probably wouldn't want to see the red one because I know I commented on it. But if I guess Andrew, if you had commented somewhere in this thread and I had put something in there, you may want to get a notification that someone uh, posted something new in a thread you're engaged in. Like that's kind of the
Yeah.
whole idea for this, right?
Yeah.
So jumping into Excalibur here, like we got the posts table. I think there's also like a uh, duh, 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 duh. I guess the way the posts work too is all of this data, like each one of these comments, is technically in this post table as well, just kind of like a tree inside of there. So all that stuff lives in here, And I think what we want to do is really have like two other tables that kind of have some relation here, where one other table is like, I think it's like a notification setting, I think. So the idea here would be, um, if if you came in and you made a comment. So let's say you started you commented somewhere in this line to this head post. We'd want to
Yeah.
do something here where we then put into this table a new row that just says, like, user would be Andrew, and then we'd want to say the parent post or the top level post or something like that. Top level post, and that would be like some ID. That's probably just like the same little hash that we have here,
Right.
just to identify the top level post. So, and we'd say, uh, and we'd probably have like some boolean here of like turned on, and this would start out true, and the idea being that like eventually we'd give you something at the top here like, hey, you're getting notifications about this because you commented. Do you want to turn that off? And then, like, if
Right.
it's a dead thread to you, you can just like press the button and say, "Nah, don't give me any notifications anymore. I'm done. I'm done with this." So yeah, so that would be what happens when you create a comment on a post. Is we also add something into this table, and we also probably want some unique constraints around that too, so that if you already have one, you don't need another, right? Like you've already got one for this top level post. And then I think we also want a second table over here that would just be notifications. And the idea here would be that when someone, again, makes a comment somewhere, on the creation of that comment, we check notification settings as well. And we'd say that, let's say Zach comes in and makes a comment now after Andrew has a notification setting set up. We would then add here a new notification where the notification target, this would be Andrew again, and then it would have some message, and this would be like Zach commented on uh, post X or something like that, right? There. And then and then like that would essentially be it. I guess we'd also want to see something here like viewed or not. So and this would start out false, and the idea would be like once like if you were to click on this link and there was a one next to it, by clicking it you'd kind of like dismiss the notification. Not that we'd remove it, but it's just that you'd like not see it anymore.
I have a suggestion here.
Yeah.
To do with your schema build up, I guess. So in the notification, rather
Mm-hmm.
than saying Zach commented on post X, why don't we just save the top level post ID and the, I guess, how do you call the person who made the post?
Yeah, so it would be
Author ID.
like, yeah,
And then we can construct the message however we want at that point.
yeah. There's part of me that likes that idea, but another part of me that doesn't. Just because I think at some point down the line, I'd also want to do like other kinds of notifications in some way, like not necessarily even related to
Post.
like someone else commented. Maybe I don't know, like someone else upvoted would be another one, right?
Okay.
So I like the string for now just because it's a very generic protocol almost, you know. So instead of having a very set schema, just having the message being a string, that gives us a little more leeway down the line without having to make like a schema change. Does that make
I,
sense? Or
I think what the message doesn't allow us to do, why I think we still need an ID saved somewhere to the original post, is
Mhm.
that the message doesn't allow us to get back to the post, right?
Yes.
So if we're following the Reddit or Stack Overflow sort of way of how they've done things,
Yeah.
when you do your notification, you can click on it and go back to the actual original post that was made.
Yes, exactly. I think we definitely need that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think let's keep the message, but let's also add like the post ID for now because I think most of these things will be tied to the posts.
Yeah.
Um,
So I think even if it's a upvote, it still ties to a post
yeah,
ID, right? So
yeah,
yeah.
I think that works. Um, so and hello to Khaled, welcome, bro. Hope you enjoy it. But yeah. So I think this looks good. I actually have coded this up already because I thought this would be too boring for us to work through most of it. So that's another reason why I want to get to the message. But I have here. It's not fully done, but I have the sequel for some of these tables, right? That follows this. I guess we call it notification signups here instead of notification setting. So let's maybe change that to notification signups. And we have a lot of this stuff in here too. I guess I also had a reason here for just like why you had notifications turned on and anything else over
Oh look,
here.
you already had the post ID everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I was okay with that one. Funny how that works. But yeah, the I think the scheme is all set up for this. What I don't have set up yet is like row level security. So we'll need to do that because like obviously the user ID like the only person that should be able to see a notification is someone whose user ID matches,
Yeah.
and probably the same for like notification signups too. So we'll
Yeah.
need to add that in. And then I've also done some things here so that when we create a new post, the person who created the post will insert themselves into a notification signup. And if we every time we create a new comment, we should also insert into the notification signups.
Nice. I'm
And I
liking this.
believe after making a comment too, we'll also go through all the notification signups that match, and we'll insert into the notifications table something that looks like what we're looking for. So,
Right.
does that make sense? Hopefully, it
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Well,
So,
I
all
mean,
the essentially at a high level view, the things we were talking about, where like someone adds a new thing over here into the post, I think this should all be set up already, but I think the best way to do this is actually to walk through it to start. So let's do that. I
yeah.
think do I have the dev server running? Yeah. So let me open up. So this isn't the live site. This is just running on our local server, and this is running against the local Supabase instance, which is probably one of my favorite features about Supabase, the fact that y'all do this. I don't know how many people actually do it, but in my course, I try to push it as hard as I can.
I was
So,
telling someone about your course today. And I was like, yeah, Zach makes full use of the local super base.
oh, this is my. I am nothing if I'm not all about control, Andrew. And this gives me like supreme control, like to the point where I've got Docker open, and I'm just like, let's see what's going on. Like maybe I should make a change in one of these. What's going on with our logs? It's beautiful. There's so much visibility into everything. I feel like there's nothing that's magic. At least at y'all's level, there's still some Postgres magic I'm not completely aware of. Welcome, Micro Panda. What's up? Hope you enjoy
Love,
the stream.
love that avatar,
I
Micro
know
Panda.
that's perfect. It's got the ASCII thing and the hand drawn feel. But yeah, with Postgres, dude, I don't know if this is you too, but like there's was it? I used this GIF of the dogs in space yesterday for the one of the live streams we had with the TRPC folks, and this is what I feel like sometimes with Postgres, man. I'm just like I'm just along for the ride. Things seem to be working. Uh, I think coming back to like the migration that we wrote here with all the SQL code.
Yeah.
I think this was mainly like Copilot writing most of this. I was just like trying to smash my head at it until I made it work. But yeah. Nice. How old are you now, Micropanda? That's a long commitment. I approve. Depending, I don't know, maybe you're 13. That's not as long, but yeah. But yeah, so I think based on what we have running here, we can already see like our tables are set up. I guess we have something new here. To do, I think that's okay. But we'll go ahead and like just walk through the sign up flow. So I'll make like a test user, test.test. I may already have someone set up with this email address actually. Oh, looks like we're fine. We'll just call it test stream. So I just made a new user and just walking through the flow of what we'd want to do. Here's like our new test post. Are we going to be able to watch this later? Yeah, it'll be on the YouTube. I was telling Andrew I may try to cut it up and like get it into a official video. But yeah, you can always watch the live stream later. But yeah, welcome Dennis. I hope you enjoy the stream, even if you're watching it tomorrow. And yeah, no worries, Micropad. I'm not trying to get your personal information or anything, but yeah, that's cool. But yeah, okay. Coming back to what we want to do here, I would just say hello for now. So on creation of this post now, we can go into the dashboard, and I should see in the notification signups. Now let's make that a little bit bigger so folks at home can see. But so before we just had the one sign up, and now we see two. I think this is correct. Like if we link to the user ID. I think I can just click this button and it'll take me there, right? Yeah, that's the test user we just created. So there's the foreign key between this user ID that we set up and that stuff. There's a foreign key set up between the posts, so we should see like the post information in here. I think that's cross-reference. I have this thing too normalized, probably, Andrew. I think like my new nickname should be like premature optimizations or something like that.
Yeah, where does post ID? Where did that just take you to? That wasn't post content.
That was posts.
Oh, and then post has a link to post content.
Yes. Post has post contents. The idea here was that like if we ever edited, we could like keep a record of edit history by keeping. Right. We could say here's the most recent post content. So a post itself, I think, will point to. Does it even point to a post contents? Maybe I just say look at the most recent one or something like that. But then there's also like votes associated with that post and like the score associated with that post. All this stuff is all wired up via like the triggers we set up in the course. So we're like building on top of a system right now that's already kind of in there. So
cool.
Yeah, I guess maybe cool. Maybe it's over engineered. I don't know.
I think it's. I think you're exploring all the possibilities of a database in your course, which is good. I think not a lot of people get down to that level. So,
well, it's interesting there too, just because part of me wants to eject a little bit from it, just because of this specifically, right? Like, it's fun being the dog here and like learning new things and getting to the point where I can actually navigate in it. But a part of me also just wants to like open the entire database and like put a TRPC API in front and give it the service key and just be like, I can do this. Like, and that unfortunately like removes all of this really cool stuff you can get from Postgres. So I think for like the stuff we do on stream and the stuff I do for this project, I'm going to try to lean into Postgres as much as possible. But maybe somewhere down the line, I think it's perfectly valid probably to use it. You're like ignoring a lot of the awesome features that Supabase has built in, but I think it might be valid to just use it like sort of like the key value store, almost like a lot of people use Firebase, I think, so I don't know. What's the Supabase official stance on that, Andrew? I'm curious.
Use
no,
Postgres.
We got, what's that? Yeah, it's okay.
Use Postgres.
Fair. Fair. We got a question for Andrew here. Super Swag.
On Discord. Okay, just ping me on Discord and I'll get you sorted out. I think they which one of the challenges was that? Was that the what's it called? Functions challenge? The most complicated challenge ever created? Don't know if you saw that, Zach, but that was
I did one of your API challenges things, and that was really fun. Actually, it was really cool. It was like perfectly targeted for I think engineers. So I was like,
right.
I'm DevRel now. I was telling Andrew off stream. I'm in a DevRel position now at NX for my full time job. So I was like, oh man, that was such a cool idea. Just I guess it was like a riddle almost, but you had to make
That's
a
the one.
post request to a Supabase hosted API, and that was really
Right.
cool.
Yeah, Thor comes up with some really cool ideas. Like his last one was just crazy. I was like, huh? How am I supposed to answer it? So it's a quiz, and the quiz, the
Do you have a
first part of the
link? I could
challenge
throw it up
is,
on the screen.
oh, is that I'm talking about the Discord bot. Is that the one that you're talking about?
Oh no, I think you said a functions one. That's the one. Excuse me. That's the one I had in mind.
Oh,
I
right.
didn't know
Okay.
about a Discord one. So,
Oh, the Discord one was even more challenging.
oh, I didn't see that one. Well, sorry.
Yeah.
What's the
All right. Yeah,
Discord one?
Micro Panda. If you just reach out to me on Discord in the off
Oh,
um off topic channel, I'll get back to you.
gotcha. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know you did the Discord challenges. I was just thinking about the one with the edge function, which was
Right.
neat.
Yeah.
Such a cool
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thor keeps on doing the edge function stuff, and they're quite. The last one was really neat because the challenge was working out the challenge
yeah.
before starting the challenge.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
what the heck?
Challengeception. Yeah, there's actually, so I heard that this is like a thing that some people do, especially while hiring, because like I've been looking into hiring practices a little bit too. Like there's something called like nerd capturing someone, which is like you present them with an interesting problem, and if they're like the right mindset, like just
Yeah.
presenting the problem gets them to start working on it, and that gets them so that they like want to work for you. It seems like super predatory and stuff, but being able to tap into that maybe for like these kinds of challenges for engagement is kind of a cool idea.
Yeah.
So cool. All right. Well, let's get. I'm like totally off track with everything, but coming back. I guess we we had made our post, right? Yeah. So we
Yeah.
made our post. We were checking to make sure the notification sign up is in. So we have that stuff working, I think. And
Woo-hoo.
now, I think if I make a comment myself, so I'm the creator of this post, and I say test. I don't think I should get a notification yet. Like if I look at my notifications, still nothing.
Nice.
But I should go and log out and do a new sign up and say, we'll make one for you, Andrew. Andrew at supabase.io test at uh you have a
So it's
very
password one,
guessable
two, three, four.
password.
Password 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, I just put test. It's a pain because the I'm using like all of the built-in auth stuff, and that needs a password of at least 6 characters, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
why? Yeah. Oh, some
You need
comments
to
here
flesh out.
too. Not fleshed out as Firebase, so it's better to use inside projects. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really like Superbase. I think it's perfectly fine for production, as evidenced by the app I have up in production. Not that it's a huge one, but if I was doing a startup right now, I'd be using Superbase. I think for sure for the database level. So. But yeah, I'm logged in as Andrew now. I think if I comment on this level, I say test as Andrew, submit that. So Andrew now has a post here, and we can go back to the database. I think if we refresh, yeah,
Ooh,
we see it.
it worked.
It worked. Andrew commented on the post, new test post. So I think I could just put that in and just like have that as our notification drop down for now. I think.
Yeah.
I guess the pieces we need to still do would be just row level security, and it's probably going to get annoying if for one of like the really big ones. It would be nice at some point down the line if we could kind of aggregate them. So if I say, like, if Andrew comments a bunch of times right now, I think like test, test, test.
It's characters each time.
Yeah, yeah. Andrew's just spamming us right now. We just get a whole bunch of them. So,
Yeah.
and I guess the other thing we need to do too is just like on seeing it, we need to probably, I guess, would I call it dismissing it? I guess in the schema, we can maybe change that if we want, but maybe just set this to true if we were to ever click on it, or if we were ever to go to this post.
I think you have two there, right? You have one called red as well. There's a column called red. If
Oh, maybe
correctly.
red at, yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
I probably just want one of these. Yeah. I don't
Okay.
know. What do you think? Should we axe one of them?
I think based on what you're saying about aggregating them, I think red at's probably still useful at that point,
Okay.
as well
Yeah.
as dismissed. I guess dismissed is like, oh, I saw it pop up and I hit the X and it went away.
Yeah. Let's get rid of dismissed. That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
So we'll just axe that out. So I'll go ahead and I'll like cycle Supabase real quick so we can get that schema change in. So I'll run yarn Supabase stop and yarn.
Wait, is your data isn't your data gonna be wiped?
Yes.
Okay,
I don't know if you remember this, Andrew, but I
Future.
really like wiping my data. Like I wipe it between every single test in my playwright tests. So that's part of the control I like.
So let's go wipe it all.
Yeah. You ready? Here it goes. Boom. Yeah, it's not a weird thing. Like so between each one of these tests and the before each, I'm actually just truncating the entire database. It goes really quick. Like I don't actually do this step. Like I need to do this step because we made a schema change to the latest migration. But for most of the time, what it looks like is just like it's a split second thing. So
Oh wait, you did a stop. Oh, you didn't need to do a stop. Sorry, there's the Superbase DB reset, which should
oh,
it
I was
should be
looking
the
for that
schema.
the other day. I think I was trying like Supabase reset instead of DB reset.
Yes, DB reset.
Okay,
I
good to
just
know.
remember that now.
Well, I've just been doing this. I think they take about the same amount of time, actually, because I think that's what reset is doing mostly, right? I guess it's not taking up and down your containers, but
Yeah, pretty much. It won't shut down your Docker container, so
yeah. All right,
it's a little bit less time.
yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I think that works now. We should have gotten rid of that one piece, the dismissed. So we had a question too here. What do I use for looks, CSS, Tailwind, or other? I'm still new at web dev, and I made one website that wasn't basically wrong. Yeah, I feel the same. Okay, I feel the same way about styles. I am a front end developer, but I am not good at making things look pretty. But I do feel like Tailwind makes things look pretty for me. So that's what I use. I just like Tailwind's the tool I use for. That's what we're using in this project. I think if you to take the course, I give you a way of like doing the thing you should never do with Tailwind, which is like making your own named class based on the aggregation of all of them. But I just give that as an option so people don't have to mess with it if they don't want to. So in the live thing, we actually just use Tailwind straight up. So that's my goal.
Just to add about looks of a website, just remember it's functionality first. Craigslist have proven this year on year.
Yeah. Yeah. Tailwind's really nice. I've heard some stuff. There's like the type Tailwind that's new, and that looks really cool. But yeah, I think that's cool. But it's definitely a learning curve still, micropattern. But it's a lot better than for me at least than raw CSS. I guess since we showed GIFs before, like if this is me with Postgres, I have a GIF in mind for how I feel about Tailwind, which is like the Peter Griffin window shade one, window blinds. Yeah. This is me with CSS. It's just raw CSS. I'm just like, I don't know what's working. I'm doing the same thing over and over. I get completely different results. I seem to continuously break stuff and make it worse until I just give up. That's how I feel about CSS. Tailwind doesn't feel like that for whatever reason, so that's what I use. So it is all completely subjective. But okay, I did want to show this real quick too, because that whole process I had of making a user, making a post, and then making a second user, our Andrew user, and then making another post. By the way, that's all wiped right now because we did the database reset. But I have here, you'll see in the Playwright tab here, I have automated that whole process for us, and we can maybe step through it. So, I'll just show the browser here, and we'll click play. I think that will work.
I want to be like you when I grow up. I want to write tests and just have them run for me.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason I love the Playwright stuff so much. I've got to figure out there's a promotion on the Twitch one. Stop with the spam. I don't like that. I've got to figure out the moderation stuff there, but yeah, it's whatever. Spam away for now, I guess. I don't care. But yeah, we went through and we just like I said, we just automated the exact thing we just did, and this way I can also take a look, just like we were doing before, at the end state of our database, and we should see, yeah, the notification here is still here. So I think instead of like Zach and Andrew, I had it like user and commenter were their names, if we can see it here. So test post by user and comment by commenter. And so we can just like fast forward ourselves essentially to the same thing. One of the things I like about this most, actually, Andrew, is because not only do I hate that tediousness of going through the same thing over and over again, like you often have to do when you're doing something full stack like this, I also don't always do the same process each time, which always gets me confused. And like, I always find myself like, where are we now? So being able to have this where it's just like, okay, let's hit the play button and get back to that spot and make sure everything's all right. So
I'm inspired, Zach. I'm going to write tests right after this.
Nice.
Not right after this, but
yeah, someday. If you do, I really think if you do it this way, you're helping yourself, because you want to do this at some point. So better to write the tool at a point where you're actually going to use it. But yeah, with the test, I follow the ideology that the user is always the ultimate tester. Yes. I think I don't test anything, just let it break. No. Disagree. Maybe Andrew's in the same boat as you, Micropanda. I don't know. But to me, the test I'm writing, it's for me to do this better, because otherwise I just get confused and end up not being productive, or just reintroducing the same bug over and over again. But I do like the sentiment that you had here. The user is the ultimate tester. I think that's 100% on. I think so many times, like, there's so much time and effort wasted on like unit tests that test interfaces that don't matter. And the only interface that matters is the one you give to the user. That's my opinion. That's why I write these units, or the end-to-end tests, the way I do. Because all I do when I write these, maybe I could show the code for this one. Yeah, I'm just like, I put into TypeScript what we just did together on screen, like step by step. What are the steps I did? I signed up, I created a post, and then I made a new page, and I signed up as the commenter, and then I went to the board. I'm just like going through the steps I did to get back to that message post, and then I added a comment, and that's what I did. And then I just put like an expectation at the end of it to make sure, like, did things look the way I expected them to afterwards? So yeah. Oh, I guess I'm not showing that piece. I gotta get used to us being in the bottom left like this. But yeah, that's all it was. So it reminds me of a joke. Well, we'll get that joke when you type it out, I'm sure. But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the helpful tool though is just being able to have gotten to that point. Now we can finally like start working on some of this stuff. I think where we just, I think probably the best thing to do for now is just to like, I almost want to do like uh, I'd love to do like a WebSocket for this, so that we could have like um, the
Real
as the
time?
commenter, yeah, real time, as someone's doing something, I could have it show up. Obviously we probably don't need that. We could probably just do it, we could poll for it or do whatever. um
Yeah.
but I'm actually not sure. I remember the last time I was working on stuff, Andrew, there was like some issues with the live subscriptions, at least in the local environment. Do you know if that was resolved with the latest?
Those are all
I did.
resolved.
Those
Yeah.
are all resolved. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And we should be able to do it. Okay, we got the joke. Software tester enters the bar, orders 2 beers. That's great. The whole bar explodes. Okay, I think
That
the
is good.
joke here is obviously like you obviously missed the point of what you should have tested for, and this is why I test the way I do because I want to know if something like this happens. So, yeah,
This is good.
yeah. And to the tester's credit, I think if the software tester had done all of, well, I don't know, maybe that's not a good example, but you should be able to catch that your bar is about to explode before you go to production. Otherwise, I guess MicroPad, if you use your ideology, you just you lose a couple bars. Yeah, it's that was a really good one, dude. All right, so let's let's go ahead and add that in. I think we're doing something like that. We can maybe take a look at the user code that I have set up, because I know there's we have like a live subscription that we set up for like the user's username, um, in case that were to ever change. But where's that code?
Wait, you're in source, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in here. That's weird React router stuff. I think this is it. Let me close that up. You can kind of see here. I think it's in like the listen to profile changes is where most of the stuff happens.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
yeah. So we'll filter it out, select star, and we'll set the user info. I guess we probably want to make some sort of hook like this, but for just like notification data. And then, if I recall, this is going to be all in the nav bar. Oops. Let me make that a little bit
Michael
smaller.
Pell is so funny. You know what they say?
There you go.
Spill the milk.
And hope you weren't in the bar when it exploded, I guess. Fair enough. That's the advantage we have of being in the world of bits instead of the world of atoms. So I don't know. There's probably a whole bunch of interesting stuff, really good like physical architects know that we might benefit from if our stuff wasn't so ephemeral that it just didn't matter if a website didn't show up for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
If a building doesn't show up for 5 minutes, that's not a good place to be. But website going down, we're good.
Yeah.
Firebase RC. Oh, y'all saw that, huh? Uh-oh. Andrew, did we lose you? He saw us talking about Firebase and he dipped. But yeah, I am using Firebase actually for the live version, not for any of the database stuff. Actually, only for hosting. So it was just easier than using Netlify, which is what I think we ended up using in the course. But once I got to the getting out the live site, it's just easier to have that Firebase deploy command. Andrew, you're back. We started talking about Firebase, and you just
What's in
left.
Firebase?
Yeah, I think I told this to you before, but I'm using Firebase
Yeah,
for
already
the
hosted.
yeah, exactly. So there's
Yeah,
no, I'm not using any Firebase. I'm not using the Firebase part of Firebase. I'm using the hosting part of Firebase because it's a nice CLI. So
we love Firebase.
yeah,
Just want to put that out there.
yeah.
We actually
Tell us how you really feel, Andrew.
yeah, I really love Firebase.
Okay. But
One of
there's
my previous
no,
jobs, I
that's
use
no
Firebase.
SQL, man. We're Postgres SQL. We have to.
Hey, we need to get the Firebase people over this side, but we have to move them across slowly. So
They'll
we're
come
fine.
over here by themselves. I feel like after they hit enough issues with just like not having structured data,
Yeah,
or yeah,
just know that you always need relationships. See, me and Zach
yes,
have a good relationship right now.
that's what it's all about. It's a relational database, and we just
My
lost your video
camera,
again.
my camera keeps on
We can
cutting
still
out.
hear you now, at least. So,
I, I think my camera's been on too long, so it's now. I think it's overheating.
oh no. Well, we just have you on here. If you
No
want to just
video.
chat, I don't know.
I just think no video.
I think your face on the thing is good for ratings because there seem to be more people coming on as you're having it. But yeah, keep an eye on him, Jones. He might be the
He
spy.
might be a spy.
There you go.
Is this gonna be streamed?
Yeah,
It's been streamed.
it's
I hope
streamed.
my
We're
boss
live.
isn't on here. Did my boss see me say about Firebase? Nah, we love Firebase.
And Anthony, Andrew's talking about Firebase on stream again. All right,
Nah, we definitely love Firebase.
cool. All right, well, I guess what we want to do probably, I'm trying to think if we want to put like use the context API, or I think for now we might just forego a hook altogether and just like put some stuff in the nav bar because I think the nav bar is just always there. So I think I may just like set up our subscription here and we can go from there. So let me maybe do this. I'll do like a second tab and open up that use session hook just so I can like compare the two, have them side by side. And yeah, I guess we could just start doing stuff in here. So we'll have like a constant notifications. Maybe like we'll do like an interface here too, just to match interface notifications. Let me open up the SQL here too, just so we can see what that's going to look like. I'd love to use the type generation here, but I'm just too far from that right now, I think, to use that tool. But that's a really cool tool that we show in the course. Yeah. Came for Andrew, stayed for Supaship. Very nice. You know how to make a guy feel wanted, Micro Panda. Thanks. All right, so we'll have like an ID as a string. User ID, I don't think matters because that's just not at the UI level at least. Post ID, I think we will need that. Created at. Is that, I'm forgetting off the top of my head, is that going to come in as a formatted date, Andrew? Or is it going to come in as like a string when we do it?
It's
If I have it like as a timestamp Z.
Yeah, timestamp Z. So yeah,
That'll be a date in JavaScript.
from the library, I think it comes through as a string.
Okay. Well, we could always fix it if it's not. I just didn't know off the top of my head. And then we'll have like the notification, text, string. Let's make things match the actual Postgres schema. Yeah. Actually, that just makes life easier. As much as I'm used to having like my nice things. I don't want to write some sort of mapper here because that's a pain in the butt. Red at string.
Wait, is
All
that
right.
Copilot?
Yes.
Ah,
Copilot's here.
I was
It wasn't
wondering.
helping me so much there, but yesterday it was helping us a lot. I actually felt there was with the TRPC stuff I was working on. It was like I was getting in its way.
Oh wow.
Was the way that was working. Yeah. Oh, it's relatively the same. Nice. There you go. All right.
I
So
don't know if I should be laughing at that. I don't know which line that's referring to.
all my ex-boy friends told me the same. I said they really know how to make a guy wanted. So
Oh, right.
I'm pretty sure that's the line that I was talking
Okay.
talking to. Yeah. But yeah, I think it was a joke. If not, I meant no offense, my girlfriend. But yeah. So yeah, we'll start it off with an empty array, and then I guess we'll just use like a use effect, raw vanilla React problems, but we'll just like set a use effect and give it like the empty array, so we just run it once.
Yeah.
My world for like a on what was it? What did it used to be called? Like the on mount hook or something like that. You,
Yeah.
you is that really
On
what it was
mount.
called? Is on
Yep.
mount?
Mount.
Okay,
It sounds good. Yeah.
cool. Well, anyways, does it know? No, it has no idea where we're going right now. I guess we're going to Netlify. That's not right. But we should be able to say, super client. Oh no, it's getting worse. Ah, good old TypeScript, JavaQ. Yep, exactly. So yeah, we'll take our super client, and we should be able to export that and show where this is coming from. So this is all like stuff we had set up initially in the course, but we already have our client set up, and this should it's already hooked into like the whole auth stuff, so it should be set up with the correct user and all that stuff. I guess what we want to do, if we were looking at our use session here, so we want to create a channel again, so that we can have like the piece to, or I guess the channel subscription to come in on. I actually, I was talking with Chase about this a little bit. I just don't understand this API very well. I feel like it's not all that intuitive, but we'll
Yeah.
get there. Notifications. I think we just want to do on any Postgres changes and use RLS to like filter that for us.
Yeah,
Ultimately,
that'll work.
Postgres changes. Ooh, excuse me. And then we'll say event.
My camera has exhausted itself again.
Oh no, it's okay. We can still hear you.
I'm gonna switch to my I have a webcam here, but
Okay,
it's not the best quality, so
you'll still be better than me.
I just don't know how much of the room it's gonna show.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Don't show the room. Don't show the room.
Yeah. Well, as you can tell by the random pieces of paper on my wall, I'm not the cleanest guy.
But yours look neat with the random papers on the wall. Looks like you're a
It's my
detective, right?
thing now. See, we at some point I'll need to like set up a Supabase section of the wall. That's like my NX section over there. I'll have to like set up something over here for like Supabase if I ever meet y'all in person and can get some selfies with you. But yeah.
Definitely.
So yeah, like this is the part two that I'm curious about. Is just I'm always like worried I don't have the syntax right, but I think I wouldn't even need this filter, right? Just because the RLS should be doing that for me.
Yeah. Yep.
So can I just not have a filter? I guess I think that works. We'll have a payload. And that will have like a new, which should look like, I guess a notification array or something like that. This was another piece that would be really nice to have, like out of the box, but I guess I think we're going to need to have something to like aggregate the array, so that if there's something new, uh, we'd want to push it onto the array. If there's something, I actually forget what this payload's going to look like. Uh, is there a place on the docs we can look at that?
Yeah, it should be. It should be in the docs. I think we now show the response what the payload should look like.
Is that so? That's like JavaScript and real
There should be a real
time.
time. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so there's status, oh, but that's a broadcast. I don't think that's what we want.
Oh, they didn't add. Oh, okay. I guess they haven't added that in the docs of what the payload will look like.
Oh yeah, I'm way past it now. Okay, yeah. So subscribe to a channel, broadcast status. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I don't see. This is all for channels. I thought there was something else here. I guess we could maybe just like look at what things look like once we get this posted. That's probably the best way. So right now we'll just say payload is anything because I don't know what it's going to look like yet. We could kind of like figure it out on the fly. Console log with the payload.
What did Mike Penn say? White theme docs. Yeah.
White theme
Light
docs.
mode.
Isn't there a? Yeah, I'm
There's
sorry.
dark mode.
There it is. Sorry, everyone. I just had one of my friends on the wall back there, Johnny Toronto, my friend John from NX. He would always have light mode on, and I would always just scream, "My eyes!" just, just to make him feel bad, you know. So,
I've become a fan of light mode now as well.
yeah, I have heard that light mode is good for like YouTube retention. So maybe, I don't know, but it makes sense. I think with this setup, like we're obviously not saying anything to our notifications yet, but I think we should potentially get all of our notifications information. White mode is actually really. I don't know. I feel
I
more
don't think
productive
so.
with dark mode.
I don't think that's true.
Maybe, yeah. Feel more natural or something. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I have these lights on for when we have like when I do like a video recording or when I do a live stream, so they're on now. I actually keep them on sometimes when I'm feeling tired. But I still have dark mode. So I don't know. Maybe there's something there, maybe not. Two lines of that. Yeah, that's all you need is a header. That's all we really need. Cool. So we're on Super Boost now, or Super Ship. I think getting some errors, but I think if we were to do something here, like change this, right? We should see something in the console as long as I'm doing that right.
Yeah.
Maybe post not found.
Did that trigger just? Can you clear your console and then
Sure.
try again?
Yeah. Do get out of here, Grammarly. God. What are you doing?
I disabled the plugin completely. I was like, it was always getting in the way.
Yeah. Just get out of here. There you go. All right. So I should have changed that. So I should have got like a notification. Where is this coming from? Post not found. We keep getting errors on this homepage. So maybe jump into here and clear it again. But I don't think we're getting anything right now. Did I click save? Is this out? Looks like it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Still getting post not found. Message board. Oh, it's not. My routing's set up to always go back to home. That's not good. We'll have to fix that at some point. But yeah, got to go. Had a good day. Thanks, Micropad, for Micropad is doing more entertainment than we are, dude. We gotta
Yeah.
step it up. But yeah, I'm not seeing. I guess console logs are failing us, so we can jump into like the navbar file, and I just don't think we'll ever hit this. Let me move the Supabase over to the other side, and I'm gonna edit it here just for. I just hit enter, and we're not catching on that. So something's up here, where it's not communicating, and I think I know what it is. It just occurred to me. I don't have this set
You
up.
need to turn it on. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So row level security, like we mentioned, is the setup. Enabling real time, I think, is the piece we need. Let's try it now. So now, if I go back to our table and we go to notifications and hit enter, I bet now we'll see something. Oh, over in our. Yeah, we just hit on it. So there it is. We got our update. So it looks like we're going to have like an event type. I guess it's going to be like update, delete, and then like insert.
Yeah.
It's like the Postgres verbs, right? And then we'll have like
Yeah.
new and old. Okay, so new is like the new version of it. So
Yeah.
that says my new notification text, and old has the old one. So we're going to want to do like almost an array, and then if it's an update, we're going to find one where the ID matches and replace it. And if it's like a delete, we're going to remove it from the array. And if it's insert, I guess we'll add it to the array. So let me copy that actually. Is there a way I could get this like raw object by any chance? How
Isn't
does that?
there if you right click on it in the yeah.
Copy object?
Yeah.
Hopefully that's good. Cool. All right. So let me just drop that in.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice
very
one.
nice. Very, very nice. Okay, so we could say our payload. Maybe we'll make an interface here. Interface payload notification payload. And we'll hoist this up to the top. I just want to create it real quick down
Yeah.
here.
Very nice.
Created. So that is a string. ID is a string. Notification text. Yeah, now you're getting it. And so, oh, I didn't grab the whole object. I don't think.
Oh, you want the outer object.
Yeah,
I think you have to where it says payload in your here, I think you can right click here, right?
right here on payload.
Yeah. No? You can't right click and copy something?
I'm not seeing it. Copy link
Oh,
address. What is that? That's not a link.
no,
Get
that's
out
not
of
the
here.
one. I guess
Uh,
not.
all right. Well, it was close enough. I guess that was our notification piece. I guess we can just put that inside old and new, and then there's an event type, and I guess the event type's the only other piece we really care about for right now.
Yeah.
So we can do that. So this is a notification payload, and this is like notification. We'll just call it a notification. I think we actually had that interface already, but interface notification. Typing's hard. Payload. So new is a notification, old is a notification. These are both optional because depending on what the event was, event's going to be update
I think it's a event type.
event type, like that.
Yeah, with a capital T.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Event type, and here we can say this payload is coming in as a notification. Oh, I'm doing it at the wrong level. There we go. And we'll hoist these all the way up. Copy. Can get rid of this one. Paste. There we go.
Wait, didn't we need that one? Wasn't that being used for something else?
It was over here, but it's the same thing. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
right, right.
Like, this was just based off of the Postgres schema, really. So that, again, it would have been nice to just grab that from the type generation that Supabase gives us, but I that would take us a while, I think. Professional class. Yeah, Micropad, we gotta be paying you for this. Instead of, oh, did I? Oh, okay. Never mind. No worries. But yeah, so I think we're all set. Why doesn't it like event here?
I was gonna ask about that. Star is not assignable to type delete.
I guess that's because we got rid of something else. No. I don't know how the typing's set up here, but that doesn't seem right. Fixed. I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand why. There's something weird with the typing there for sure. But it should. I thought we should be able to take that. But yeah, I guess from at this point we can just say set notifications. Yeah, so we want to take our notifications like updated for each one of the different ones. So set notifications. In here we would like spread our notifications and then add payload.new. Right?
Why are we getting red squiggly up there again?
I think because we're not returning anything, or maybe not.
No, I don't think this. It doesn't need to return anything. 6 parameters of payload and payload.
Oh, okay.
Compatible.
It doesn't like the payload that we made. Is there something? Payload and payload are incompatible. Okay. It wants us to use your payload, I think, which is the issue, because our payload's not going to match quite.
Yeah, I think it needs to be wrapped into, or we need to add additional properties, right? Is it complaining about the?
I think it's. I don't think it's that. Payload and payload are incompatible is not assignable to type notification. New are not compatible. Yeah. I think it's like some generic issue because the one we have, I think, is actually more accurate just because I know what it's going to look like versus I think because I don't have any generic on the Supabase client, like I had set that step up. I think it's not liking some of this. So I think what I might do is like this. Let's say payload constant temp equals payload is that, and then we could do like this. Just get that typing out of our way so we can do stuff. Yeah, I think that's what was going on, but
if you can scroll up a bit more because the code that you're working on now we can't see.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, there we go.
You're a bro, dude. Thanks for letting me know. But yeah, next, so we just gotta go through like the different verbs at this point. Event type equals delete. Here we need to remove it. Set notification. Yeah, that looks good, right?
Yeah.
Filter it out so it doesn't have the old one anymore. Yep. And then else if temp dot event type is equal to update. Guess we could have done else there, probably, but set notifications. And this would be just like spread notifications and like add temp new. Why is it trying? Am I missing something? Do we need to filter that, or
No,
probably not? I would think.
no, that looks fine.
Why do you keep what? That see, this is where Copilot has gotten me to the point where I assume I'm making a mistake if it's suggesting I do something. Like, yeah, okay, I think that's good. So now that we have notifications, I think like we're all set. Actually, it was that easy to set up a WebSocket for our stuff. So that was cool. New Duck,
Hey,
welcome.
yo.
Good to see you masked up. uh, I guess I've been ignoring the comments, but yeah. A Adis King, welcome. Interesting name. And then
Luckily enough, I don't
uh,
say the American way, so it's Annis King.
Annis.
'Cause when you said it, I heard something else.
I thought it was clearly a joke name, so I was just laughing at it. I'll take 100 PLN for 10 minutes of energy. I don't know what PLN is. Is this a crypto thing?
I don't even know what that is.
Me neither. A small price to pay for salvation.
PLN?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a crypto guy, unfortunately. I'm poor still. But yeah.
I'm a crypto guy, but I'm still poor.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know what PLN is.
Yeah.
Oh, Polish zloty. So it's a Polish.
Oh, okay. Okay. There we go. We're big in Poland, apparently. That's cool. New Duck, are you in Poland too? That's cool. I had no idea. But yeah, cool. How neat is that we're just like someone in Poland just saw us talking about Supabase. Pretty cool. That continues to surprise me. Not Polish. Shoot. Oh well. Yeah, I think that's you look Canadian from your picture. I think that's a Canadian goose. So, all right. Let's make sure though. I don't know. Let's just throw it into the DOM somewhere.
Yeah,
Hey.
you're correct. What?
Hey. See, I am kind of smart sometimes. Sometimes. I've got all this stuff in this navigation because I just like to comment out stuff and don't like deleting stuff. But
It's funny, right? Because we work with version control systems so that we can delete and go back, and no one ever does that, right? So,
I have
like
a
to
I
cherry
have
pick
a
something else.
yeah. I mean, I have a flow that works for me for Git, but I like to stay very narrow in that so I don't have to learn the whole thing of Git, right? Like this is great. This is great. I can see what I changed in this session, right? And
Yeah.
like I know how to stash things so I can get rid of them and push it on a stack and pop it back up if I need it again. But I don't like the idea of like grepping through Git logs for other branches for stuff I may have done at some point in the past. So yeah, Supabase is really cool, New Duck. Some of the stuff we've been going through, I've got the whole course on this, probably linked to somewhere in one of my channels here. But we did a course with Fireship on Supabase, and yeah, it's great, especially if you're like me and you're a control freak and like to have your own local version of everything set up, because that's essentially what we're doing here. Is I've stood up my whole entire Supabase instance on my machine and it's working like a champ. So
Yep.
we go through this. I've got over here in VS Code. All my ETE tests are all set up. They're completely tearing down and setting up our database each time. And they don't take all that long to run either. I think if I run the whole suite, it's going to take us maybe like 30 seconds, maybe longer because I actually put the browser on. But yeah,
These
we're
are
walking
actually
through the
quite
whole.
quick.
I know.
Wow.
It's really quick. It's like as fast as most projects I work on. It's as fast as their unit tests. So
This is so quick. No, this is. I was expecting this to take a bit longer than this.
well, it will take us about 30 seconds to get through the whole thing. And then I'm going to, if I do it like the actual script, like this is just from the VS Code extension. So it's just doing it for one browser, but it's 30 seconds per browser. And I
Okay.
think we actually have a failure on this one because it didn't close. So it's probably something we broke at some point. But
Testing for IE6 as well.
Probably. I don't have that one turned on, but it's a simple like Playwright is so cool. If you go to the Playwright config, uh, I think all I need to do is just like add IE6 in here. We probably have to figure out how to download the IE6 driver or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know if that's a thing, but
I don't think it is anymore.
yeah, I think you put that in and then like you run. I think it's like Playwright install, and
Right.
it would download everything you need, and it's amazing. What a time to be alive.
Man,
Uh,
I'm gonna finish watching your course. I haven't finished it. I'm gonna confess now. I haven't finished watching it, but I'm gonna
don't worry about
definitely
it, bro. It's
watch it
all there
through to the
waiting
end.
for you. So So yeah, I think it's a really cool workflow, and for me, like kind of what we're setting up here is we actually have our notifications set up so that we kind of know what we expect to see. That's how I was working
Yeah.
through this to make sure like that whole interaction was working right because it wasn't, and I hated the having to like tear everything up, set everything up, tear everything down, and like walk
Mm.
through all those steps manually when I could just press this button to do it in take us like a few seconds, I guess.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm a glutton for pain. I seem to just like typing the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah. Uh, I I mean I don't like that. That's why I do this. It's not because I like writing tests. Although this is kind of cool, if I'm being honest. But I think
Yeah.
we killed everything actually. Oh yeah, we did. Obviously we did because I'm I've got
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
random carrot in
Tag.
here. What do I use for testing? I know you said earlier users will complain. What do I use for testing? I use Playwright. That's what we're seeing. That's what's driving all this stuff here. It's an amazing tool. It's very easy to set up and use, in my opinion. Like if you're used to any kind of unit test too, it writes the same way. It feels like I'm essentially automating the stuff I do in a browser when I write tests, which is awesome. So, and I think Jeff Delaney. So he's like the real Fireship guy. I'm just like some guy that he asked if I could make a course on his platform. So I'm not big or anything. But Jeff Delaney, I think, just put out a video showing how there's like a new tool where you can just like click record, and Playwright will like put together the script that I'm writing out myself. Yeah. Yeah, check out the Fireship channel for that. Or maybe on Beyond Fireship actually, but it's a really cool tool. I haven't got around to using it yet, and part of me likes writing it the way I am because it helps me think through the problems. So,
Mm.
but I suppose we could probably do something like that. But yeah, let's do something here. So we'll just say, let's just like map through our notifications, and we'll just like put it out into a pre. So we'll
Okay.
do like
Yeah.
map notification. It's too crowded. Um, and here, I guess we'll just go to like a pre, and inside of that pre, we'll just do like a JSON.stringify notification null two. And that will just like format it well enough, and we'll give this a key equals like notification dot id. Prettier's not kicking in, so I know I messed up something, but is that it? There it goes. Okay.
Yeah. No.
I'm not. Live streaming is hard just because you have to have your text larger than I'm used to, too.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. All right, we're triggering on this, so let me get rid of the breakpoint. And are we? I'm not seeing it.
What? But no, it would have been gone by now, right? Because it only get triggered
Oh yes,
per.
you're right. Because right now, we probably need to do something where we do like a legitimate like network request at the start.
Yeah.
But let's just hit it in the wherever I have. We'll just make a new tab and just like edit it in the database, and we should see it that way. I think. So notification.
Can we put these side by side? Oh, what happened here? Is it also?
Remember I ran my tests, and remember what my tests do.
Oh.
It's okay. We got a fast forward button to get us back. Oh yeah, there we go. So
Ooh, nice.
so there's our notification information. I bet. Oh, I guess the because I'm running it via the tool, it's like doing. I don't know really how the browser stuff works. Let me try running it from the command line real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just X that out. Oh no, it did give us both windows. Shoot. Ah, okay, no, never mind. We'll run it again because there. Remember with this, this test is actually running two users. So you see, I have the two windows.
Yeah.
So this one's user, and this one should be. I guess if we refresh, this should be commenter. Yeah. So as I write a comment here, we should see it come up over here. So
Okay.
test. Uh, uh,
No. No. What?
uh,
What?
uh. It's not happening. Let's see what's going on. This is where WebSockets get hard to debug because we probably don't see anything, right? Because at least on the browser level. Let's check the database. There
Yeah.
should be stuff in here. There should be two. Yeah, there's definitely two. I wonder if our
But
filter's not picking up
they both say test post.
the post test post.
Is that what the main post is called? Oh yeah. Okay. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that should be it.
Try again.
Refresh. I see both of them. They don't have any notification data now, but if I try it again, now they get
Here we go.
one. Oh yeah, because they
What
only
is
get
still
one.
Is that a new one though, or is that just pulling?
This was
Oh yeah,
this was
that
the
is
one
a
we
new
just
one.
added because it was inserted. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we're seeing what's happening. We definitely do need a network request at the start before we start listening. I think is
Yeah.
the key. So let's do that because that's pretty simple. So we'll jump into here. We'll go back to the nav bar. Let me close out some tabs so I don't get too distracted. But I think in this use effect, we'll just do something like we'll put all of this inside of a then. I hate use effect. We'll say Supabase client dot from, and we'll say notifications. Select star. This isn't going to work exactly because we don't have row level security, but I'm sure we both need to get going pretty soon. We can't be here all day. So let's get to the point where we at least see them in the pre's, and then we'll call it a day. We could pick this up next time. So inside of the then, oh, and interesting foot gun. Make sure if you're ever doing something like this, you always then it in Supabase client, because if you don't, nothing will happen. That was something you have to then it or you have to await it. And when you're awaiting it, you're actually thenning it, which is not something I expected, but it is kind of like it's kind of a helpful thing that allows us to do this kind of method chaining without actually firing a network request every time. So there's some niceness to it. You just have to understand it. But interesting piece of that. But okay, we got our response. We should have all of our stuff. Is this could be typed enough? I think so. We'll say set notifications. I think it would just be look like this. And oh yeah, we'll say or an empty array. So if it's null, at least it just comes in empty. But we should hit the null. And now let's try it. So we can press our handy dandy button. Isn't this nice? I feel like this is so nice.
So good. Yeah, it's so good.
Okay, now when that happens, what did I do? I'm getting no feedback right now, Playwright. Is it because I have these ones open still? Maybe. Let's try it again. Nope, I did the wrong button.
Oh,
Stop.
no, you ran everything.
Stop. Just run this one. There you go. There you go. To sign up.
It stopped again.
I broke something. Uh,
In the file that we're in?
I don't know.
Oh, no,
I guess maybe I was clicking around too much. Sometimes that can happen. That's one of the reasons why normally I do it on headless. Like normally I wouldn't be doing it this way if I was just checking it. Yeah, so like I guess you can't see that well. But there's the options over here. Turning this off will not bring up the browsers and run it in headless whenever I click the play
Okay.
button. So I guess I normally would have it actually open so I could actually see the windows here because we're actually like debugging through it. But why won't it? Why does it stop here? What's it failing on? Browser has been closed. I wonder if I'm just clicking around too much. I'll give it one more time. No, no.
How about close. I think there's still one more open. Oh,
I think I got them all, but I think this one should work now. Did that check out? Yeah. So that one
yeah.
succeeded. Okay. So now we should see every
Refresh.
time, and because there's no RLS, they'll both see the same exact notifications here. But I'm gonna call that a win for today, as long as we saw it, but we don't see it. Commenter
16. What's the time now?
16. It matches up. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just hit another one and see if the time. Let's just watch the created at. Does that update? Yes, it does.
Yeah, it updated.
So we're only going to the most recent one. So it's obviously a bug over here. Probably in our payload thing. So we're getting. Let's go back into it. And I'll set like a breakpoint in one of these. Oh, Anus King has a question while I'm doing this. Oh no, I think we're aiming too high. Sorry, Micropad. Let me know what the word is that I used. I'll try to transcribe it. And yeah. Sorry, I've been skipping some of these, but straight lines. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. The WebSocket just messages. The issue I think is often that there's just no messages. That's often the problem. It's not that you got a bad message; it's that you did get a message, and so that one's hard. But what are we coding here? We're coding like the notifications. So right now we're just trying to read them out in JSON and put them onto the DOM. But what we should see is that like as someone comments, so we have one user on this browser and another user over here. And this user is the original poster or the OP. And we want to have it so that when someone comments on their post, like so, the idea would be that they get a notification and we'd ultimately throw it somewhere up here with like a bell icon, right? And like it would be a drop down, you could click on it and it would take you there. So like if you came back to our site one day, you could see how many people have commented on your stuff and hopefully give you like a nice hit of dopamine or something like that. So I don't know. So that's what we're coding up. But the piece we're hitting on right now is specifically our notification array seems to only include ever one thing.
Let's see the code for that again. So
Yeah.
we're saying take all notifications and add a new one to it.
I was wanting to set a breakpoint in here and just run another one just to see what exactly was going on with the payload,
Yeah.
I'm wondering too, did I mess something up over here? I don't think so. I was just thinking maybe like I messed something up with the key so that it just only looks like there's one item in the array, but I don't think so.
Right. Or could it be CSS? Can you just check in the
Yes.
browser?
Why don't I
they're
do this?
laying on top
Yeah.
of each other?
Yeah, I think you may be right actually. No, there's only one pre.
No?
There should be one pre per notification. So yeah. It's not that. Unfortunately, because that would have been much easier. But yeah, let's set a breakpoint in here. What was the name of this file again? This is the nav bar. So we'll go inside the nav bar, and it's inside of this payload. I'll just set a breakpoint at the top, and when we comment on here, we should hit that. Yep. So I know this is super small for y'all, but just bear with me. We're almost done. Okay, so that was an insert. And so we should catch here. So I'm just going to set a breakpoint there and hit play. And yep, we're catching there.
what does notifications look like? It's empty,
That's
right?
not getting set. Why is that not getting set?
Where are we
Because
setting
I'm
it?
not thinning it, I think. Right? It might be the issues up here. Let me hit a breakpoint there and I'll refresh. Res data.
We're setting it.
There it is. Yeah, so I think what I needed to do is actually like hoist this up so it's inside of this scope because we actually don't want to start the subscription until we get that first payload because
Right.
otherwise we're just going to like start appending to that and that's not going to make any sense. So I think that's all we need to do. Let's try that and then I think we should be done. They're the famous last words, right, of any programmer. It should be easy. But there we go. Let me close out these tabs and we'll just rerun the test so we can like wipe our database and get a completely fresh run. Oh, I love it so much. All right, there we go. And now as we add a new comment. No!
No.
why what is going on? Okay.
Let's see the code again. I think
Sure.
we're wiping something each time without realizing.
We gotta be, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
So in this set of notification, can we just set it to what it was, to just notifications? So each time you add one, just leave it as notifications without adding
yeah.
temp to it.
Just so you're saying just like set notifications like so?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think's gonna happen there? I'm
That's what I
intrigued.
wanted to see. I want to see
Okay,
if notifications become empty at this point for
fair
some
enough.
reason. Uh,
Fair enough. Let's check it. Okay. Yeah, it looks empty. Uh,
Yeah.
if I hit refresh, we get both of them because we're getting them from that initial piece.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
So I think because initially notifications is empty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is line 27, right? It's an empty array.
Yes.
And then once we get into the then, we set the notifications,
Mm-hmm.
but it still hasn't persisted as yet when it gets down to line 46.
You think so? I thought for
I think
sure it would have been set here first. I guess what we could do is like, um, uh, what could we do then? I think you may be right actually, but I'm just surprised by that because I would have assumed some frame happened here between this set of notifications and like this payload being hit. Don't you
yeah,
think?
yeah, I
Um,
think so.
it's possible.
Um, how about we return res after set notification and put this Superbase client in a different then.
Sure. I think that sounds logical. I do want to set a breakpoint here next time around though too. If this doesn't work,
Yeah,
just to like just and should we add it here again?
yeah, we can add it back. Yeah,
Wait, what did we have before?
it was array dot 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 spread notification.
Yeah, I think actually our update is wrong. Looking at it, but that shouldn't affect
That was
this.
it.
Yeah, like this was actually wrong, but I'm not worried about it. But I am going to mark it. Yeah.
So
Um,
I'm not sure you'll get to the next then unless you return the promise. And the first, yeah. So I think you have to return after this. You have to return res
oh,
again.
do you? Oh, I see.
I'm
You got to like res.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you have
see.
to return res.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think we would have been okay, actually. I don't know. Maybe you're
Okay,
right.
let's take it out and try.
Yeah. Oh, I already ran it. Databases have been destroyed already, Andrew. It's too late. Okay, that looked like it worked here. Now we should.
Let's see.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Oh man.
It's something else. I'm telling you. Let's hit here, and it's got to be something on just the. Yeah. We'll rerun it, and I'll set a breakpoint before we make the first comment because I think that's actually the critical piece. Is right before the first comment. There's something weird going on. I'm pretty sure. Did that work? Okay. So we'll go to P navbar and inside of here, set it there. And now we'll try a test. Caught it. And
Can we come out of the current local scope that we're looking at in the right and find the notification? Because by this point, notification should be
yeah,
in
yeah.
array, right?
Yeah, it's
Well,
got
no,
an array length of 0. So it's
yeah.
probably something up here, actually. Set notifications, res.data. Huh. Let's try this one more time. Play.
Did we break it again?
I think we broke it, yeah. Playwright, I try to make you look good and you just do this.
It's shy. It's on stream.
I know. It's camera shy. It's all right. Yeah. Like, especially when we're debugging something deep, Micropad, this is where we needed you the most. And you just left. Yeah. Hey, stream overlay. I think I was talking with you yesterday, right, about the about NX stuff. This is actually stuff I'm doing with Supabase right now, not in with NX in any official capacity. But great to see you again, and welcome to the stream. We're just going through. We're trying to add notifications here. We're stuck on this infuriating bug. So that's where we're at right now. Something is clearing out that notifications that I don't understand. But let's go back to the nav bar. And I want to set a breakpoint here. I want to set a breakpoint here. And I'll refresh over here. And we should see there's the original one. And now as I add a test, we're triggering down here. And our payload looks like insert. We have a new.
Mm-hmm.
And what does our notification look like? Empty.
Yeah.
What are we doing wrong? Clearly we're doing something wrong. Because it shouldn't be empty because we see stuff in there. How is it empty? Local scope payload. So the closure of the nav bar. Yeah, notifications is empty. Why? How are you empty here, but you're rendering stuff there? Why?
What are we missing?
Anti-error inspect. Maybe I don't know what Console Ninja is actually, but I'll need to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know this is super small. Let me see if I can jack it up so people can actually follow along.
Wait, what is he saying about the use effect thing?
Use effect thing. Is it a use effect thing? I thought this is doing it like so is the equivalent of doing like an on mount. So this should only happen when the navbar is mounted, which is kind of what I'm wanting. Maybe there's something I'm missing though, but I think this is right. The subscription. Yeah, I don't know. Oh. I wonder if we actually have to, you know how we wanted to like set it into two different thens? I wonder if there's
Hmm.
something where like we have to actually not set it into two different thens and then use like is that what's going on? No, I don't think so. That doesn't make sense.
No.
Like there's something with the notification because of the way the space pay or the callback is set up that's like taking a snapshot of the notification when the function itself was created. But I don't think that's the case because that's it's not like we're passing in the payload as a argument. We're referencing it's up there. It's just
Should we change from using the then and using async await? I know you can't do it directly in use effect, but if you created a function inside,
yeah. We
uh,
do like an async inside of there. Yeah, we could
yeah,
do that. Yeah, I wish we could live debug y'all's too. It's a combination of latency from the stream, and it's also just me not being a good stream host and like ignoring comments for a while. So apologies for that. Yeah, but yeah, we're trying to figure that piece out. So you want to do like an async? You like declare an async function and then call it inside the use effect?
yeah.
Let's do that. So we'll jump into VS Code and we'll say constant.
There we go. Fetch notifications, async.
Yeah, yeah. And down here, close it off. Right, and then over here we can now say await res equals this and get rid of all this, but keep this. All right, set notifications, and then what isn't like about this
Let's
constant?
just no. That yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, it's been a long stream. Let's leave it at that.
I was saying something, but then it wasn't coming out. I don't know what happened.
No worries. My parens are all messed up too. Let's see what's going on here. Set notifications on, subscribe. Where does this one close? Not there. So that closes that. I think we're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let me expand this out. Or actually, we probably don't need to expand that out right now. But now we would just call fetch notifications.
Yeah.
Okay.
And can we just add I know you don't like console logs, but just
That's
add a
fine.
console,
I'm
console,
down to try anything right now, bro. Just get it done.
add a console log after set notifications.
Console.log after this one.
Yeah.
So just console.log notifications.
No, we want to log res.data.
Res.data. This is why I set breakpoints, bro. But yeah, fair enough. All right. Does that look good?
That looks good.
Looks good enough. Yeah.
So what's stream overlay thing?
You can't put async await code on use effect. That may be the delay. So what we're doing, stream overlay, is we are creating the async function inside of the scope of the use effect hook, and then we're calling it. So that way we can like use this async await inside of here, even though that like this is we can't do this, right? But
Yeah.
we can. I think we can do this, and that works all right. Yeah. I think
Okay, that's the way.
we're on the same page. Sweet. All right, so let's hit play. And I guess we'll have to look at the console log like peasants. My breakpoints are still in here, but oh man, I guess this is a problem with breakpoints, huh? Um, did that
Where
work?
are we?
I don't know.
We're in the wrong page. I think you need to remove your breakpoints and then let it run again, right?
Probably. Yeah, the whole window's weird. I don't know if y'all see that, but my dev tools are
Yeah.
like behind the viewport.
Yeah.
Uh, Come on, Playwright. You're making me look bad. I was vouching for you, bro. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. Array is still empty. Wait, the response was empty. Well, I
Yeah.
guess that makes sense actually, because the first time we loaded into the page, there shouldn't have been a notification. But
Of
then,
course it'll be. The database. Oh, because you haven't written anything as yet.
yeah, the first time they come on the page, like that's actually like when they log in, right? That's when they're going to get that initially. And then they're not going to get this one until like the first one should come in when our friend over here makes a comment, right? So by creating this comment, they should have added this, which it looks
Right.
like they did. It's just now the only issue is like I don't think it's like on that. It's like on the subsequent calls where like it's just not in there. you know? So yeah, we've got all kinds of different strategies coming in. I I don't use debugger all that much. I think I used to, but I think we could set this. I think
Let's put it from higher up.
from higher up,
Let's
like where
remove the console log and put the debugger there.
debugger up here,
Yeah.
debugger, debugger, debugger.
Debugger.
Uh, I want to put one in here too. Let me just try that because I think it's something. It's got to be something I'm missing on here, or we're missing on here. This. Why is that notifications empty? It should not be. It should definitely not be. Um. Yeah. I just don't. I don't get it.
Data. Data select star from notifications. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Stream Overlay Pro.
Yeah. I think we could actually like set a breakpoint just by doing like that too, if we wanted. But I don't know if this is gonna work. We'll see. Yeah, that just instantly failed. Is that maybe because these are just not doing good? Let's try it again. Over here, try debugger. Okay, there it goes. We didn't really hit there. I think probably just because the dev tools weren't in. Let me try it one more time with the debugger point in there. I think now we'll actually may catch on it.
Did that work?
No,
No.
we didn't catch. I think I'm pretty sure the only way, like if we debug it, we could set a debug point on inside of my test code, but I don't think this would work. Where we set it this way.
I think that will work in the browser though.
Yes, it will, as long as the DevTools are open. Like if there's a debugger but you don't have the DevTools open, it's not gonna
Right.
it's not
It won't
gonna
trigger.
stop. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. So we missed the debugger, but um, this was this is actually the one we care about. Inspect. Definitely something weird still, but if I test, so now we should hit on the debugger I put at least inside the payload callback. Yeah.
Right.
So we got that, but I think that will just tell us what we already know, which is when we get here, notifications is going to be empty for some reason.
Yeah.
If we look at the closure scope, yeah, it's empty. So we're still back to where we started, which is we just don't know why that's not set. Um,
And what happened if you reload? Because reload should hit the first one, right? The one in line 32.
yeah, we can try that. We'll hit play and we'll hit refresh. Now we're hitting this. So by now there's the 2 in there. So I
Yeah.
expect actually
What does notification look like?
empty. Why is that empty?
Is this React 18? I don't know. Is it
I
React
think
18?
it's because we haven't rendered yet. Is this React 18? Yeah. I think so. Package.
Yeah.
Yeah, 18.2. We're on the bleeding edge here. Why is that? I guess it's because we're in an async context, and so we've called set notifications, but it hasn't triggered yet. But I think if we hit play here, like we wouldn't hit the payload, and now
No.
like clearly the notifications are being set. But
Right.
if we were to now add a comment test, now it's going to think the notifications are again
It's still
empty.
empty.
There's clearly something about React that I'm not understanding at this point, because this should work based on my mental model. Strict mode. Could be strict mode. Let's see. Yeah, I've got it turned off right now.
Question: Where is this component being used?
Uh,
The navbar component. Which page has it been used in?
yeah, it's at the I believe it's in the layout, which is at the root. Yeah.
Okay, so there's no chance of it repainting during that time and resetting the actual variable back to 0.
I don't
So I'm
think
thinking
so.
it's probably trying to. It's
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
the
you're
state
thinking we're
again.
making a new instance of the nav bar at some point, and that's what's
Yeah,
causing it. I
yeah.
don't think so. Just because this is we're making it at the root, and I think if we look at the maybe
I don't know React well enough to say either.
yeah, it's possible.
These are the things why I avoid React.
Well,
But this should work from
yeah,
what we were saying. Like,
yeah, it should. Is there maybe something stupid we're doing? That's like what I'm hoping. It might tell us. It might tell us if it was re-rendering. Yeah, let's try putting it on strict mode and see if that helps us here. But I don't know. I feel like I turned it off for a reason, because there's like some things it did play well with. But yeah, let's try that. Let's hit the play. Yep, try it again. Or maybe just strict mode breaks everything. Nah, it's fine. All right, kind of fine, but inspect and we'll just go to our nav bar, and inside this use effect, we already have the debugger, so we should be able to just hit it like so. Notifications is empty. Yep. Let me try this. Just inside of the use effect. Let's just see if we're. I don't think we are, because we would have seen multiple like requests coming in here if we were. This is what I'm degrading myself to right now, Andrew. But I've got like 5 more minutes on this, I think.
Log away.
then I'm saying we were close enough. We'll figure it out later. Um. All right. So, and if we just do
Wait,
test,
wait. You need your developer tools open. Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
So we can trigger. There we go. Hit it. Just check the console.
Here.
Well, that's because we have strict mode on. So I think that's
Is,
expected, actually.
is it?
Yeah. I think
All
so.
right.
I thought that's like what strict mode was doing. Yeah. You're definitely expecting data correct. Yeah, like we've confirmed that it's there. Like we can see it there actually.
Yeah.
We can see it there on the DOM. Just not there. But yeah, I think 2 is what we'd actually expect to see with strict mode. And I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I think I think that's right. Let me try turning off strict mode and we should see the 1. Let's confirm that I'm not wrong about that, and then I might call it here, dude. I don't know. we'll get it. We'll set our whole test to match up, and we can start on this next week because I'm sure this is one of those problems. I'm pretty sure I'll just like walk away from the computer, like take a walk, and it'll come to me immediately, like what was wrong. I just can't think right.
Open your developer tool. Yeah.
Yeah. Console. Yeah. See, just the 1 here now.
Okay.
I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just. I think that's just what strict mode does, or not the only thing it does, but one of the things it does is just like run all of your hooks a couple times to make sure you're not like, or like manually triggers the second render on these things. So
Do you need to pass? I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna create a dependency loop or whatever you call it in React. But do you need to pass the notification as a dependency to use effect, or it's not required?
oh, maybe that is right, but we don't want to do that actually.
Because that will just create.
Yeah, then we would start. What I wanted to do was just use this as like an on mount. So essentially, it happens once when the nav bar first starts, um, as a way of like doing that. But yeah, I think it's probably something alongside that. Like we could put notifications here, but that's just going to mess everything up, right? Because then every time we change the notifications, we'll be setting up a new subscription, which is not what we want. Uh,
Okay, I think that won't work.
yeah.
Stream overlay pro just mentioned reasons.
Well, I think what you mentioned may be why we're having the issue we are having. It's because this actually needs to have a dependency on that, but I can't use this use effect the way I want to now. Uh, yeah, like I think that's actually the what's going wrong for us right now. Because yeah, we would need the dependency on notifications. That's why it's always empty inside of the scope of this use effect closer.
Right.
So what else could we do? I guess we could do like I had mentioned. I think we'd want to do something like our own hook for this, where instead of like setting notifications, we'd actually like be returning those notifications from the hook, and then on the hook be calling from that the set notifications. I'm pretty sure that would fix it. So yeah, you can probably get your own hooks.
Lot of ideas.
Yeah. Code. Hey, what's up, dude? I think did I see you and him? I think Gyami had talked about talking with you, Andrew. Is
Yeah.
that right? Cool.
Yeah, we had a chat earlier.
Yeah. And congrats on 1K followers on YouTube, dude. That's a huge accomplishment. I think I'm behind you by like a couple hundred now. 'Cause I've been having to do a lot of stuff for work and whatnot, and kids and what have you. Let me try to go ahead. Uh, we'll put a hard stop on this on 10 minutes. I think that my idea is going to work, Andrew. So I think I want to try that. And if that doesn't work, hard stop at 1 p.m. my time. So does that
Okay.
sound
Yeah.
fair?
Yeah.
All right.
I
So we're
think
going to
so.
make a new hook at the bottom, and we're just going to call it function use notifications. Boom. And we'll do exactly what we had here inside of this use effect. But I'm going to grab it like so. Copy. Actually, I want the whole use effect. Give me all of that. Give me all of that. Copy. Boom.
So you just cut it out.
Is this gonna work or not? I'm starting to have second doubts now. Use a session. How did we do it over here? Because we did something very similar over here. That this should tell us what we need to do. Set user
Oh yeah, you're
info.
right. Can you dismiss
Yeah, sorry.
Guillaume? Yeah, there we go.
So in here we are calling set. So this is its own hook.
Hmm.
And we have the user info. We have a use effect that depends on the session. We're
Except
listening to.
we're not
Yeah.
using the user info anywhere in the first use effect. We're using it in the second one.
Yeah.
Oh no, we are. We are on line 25. I didn't realize that. Yeah.
Yeah, it is in there.
Yeah.
And that one's working fine. So,
Yeah. Or is it?
I know what's going on, actually. I'm pretty sure. I know what's going on. Wait, do I? No, I'm lying. I was thinking every time we're resetting it, we're clearing out the data, so we had to turn on live data again. No, that's not it. Ugh, it's definitely on still because we're definitely still seeing it when we make a change from the other
Yeah.
user. So no, I don't know. I'm back to being stumped. What I was going to suggest was not going to work. I can see that now.
No? But it's
Yeah,
working here, right?
yeah. But what we're
So
doing
why don't
here
we
is
just
effectively the same thing.
yeah, but why don't we just move it out into a function to see if it has something to do with the rendering cycle?
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Maybe I'm talking myself back into it. Yeah, I don't know. But we'll say here. I guess we want to grab this stuff out here too, because that's kind of what we did over in the hook, the other hook we were seeing. So drop that, and then take all the use effect, copy that, and drop it. Do and then on side of this hook, I think we just want to say return notifications. And then over here, we can get rid of all this. And we can say constant notifications equals use notifications. And we can get rid of this. And now, will it work? We'll find out. If not, we have a hard stop in 6 minutes. Sweet release. We broke everything. Okay, never mind. Stop. All right, all right. I'm not even going to open the dev tools. That's how confident I
What?
am. Nah, dang it. It's still doing the same thing.
I thought of something.
Yeah.
Let's go back in the code.
Hmm.
Uh,
Over here?
and change what we're listening for in the database. So let's not listen to every Postgres change, but only listen for changes on this table.
Oh, we are
For inserts, for only insert, right?
for only inserts.
Yeah,
Insert. Is that right?
I think it's all uppercase. No?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think that will matter, right?
Yeah.
Unless I'm missing something. Like we're getting the everything that Supabase is doing is right. Like everything on that level is coming in right. We're getting the signal right. It's just it is a local state issue at this point with like how we're setting the notifications. It's clearly a React thing that I'm not understanding correctly. So yeah. But yeah, when we hit the debugger, we have our data, which has our
One,
two.
two. Yeah.
So if we hit play here, we what? Is strict mode back on? Did I turn strict mode back on? I thought it was off. It's off.
Wait, what just happened there? Something went away for a minute.
Yeah,
Then it came back.
it definitely flashed. So we hit the notification, play. Weird. It only happened
Okay,
once.
that's fine.
Yeah, odd. And now when we test as our commenter, hit this one, and notifications is still empty. Gosh. Yeah, I just don't know.
Yeah, I'm out of ideas.
Yeah, me too. Unfortunate this, but subscription is not being executed because what is triggered is not passing. We'll hit a change if on the boom. I think a subscription is not the way. Uh, I think like I said, like we're hitting the debugger. My payload actually looks exactly like what I expect it to. It's
Yeah.
it's a me problem for sure. It's just a pipe is what we might need. Like in Angular, yeah, I would know exactly how to do this in Angular for sure. Unfortunately, I just don't know how to do this in React. But we're doing it elsewhere, so there's something. It's something we're missing that I just didn't do right somewhere. So, um,
Do we need to spread the array that's in the array that's in the array? I don't know.
mm,
Line
no.
275? No.
No, I don't think so. Like, cause like what, like as we said, if we play here, uh, like this is right,
So
right?
so that's from the first one, right? From yeah, okay. So
Yeah,
that's
like
from
we're on this debugger and our notifications is still empty. It's going to be empty, I think, anywhere inside of this closure is what we had seen.
yeah.
Um, so I just don't understand why. Await there. So we should have awaited it.
Last try.
Sure.
Just to be sure we're wiping everything. Can you just comment out um I guess line 275,
Yeah.
the actual bit of code? I want to see if we're still gonna if it's everything's gonna become empty when you submit again.
Said 275.
Yeah.
So you just want,
Comment out everything in here.
yeah. So just do
Yeah.
nothing on an insert.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would be that'll just not do anything still, but we'll see. So play. So we have our three, and then when we hit something here, test. Here. Inside the closure. So see, inside of the closure, notifications is still empty. Let's just step and step and step Notification still empty in play. And there it is. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's clearly that yeah. It is, there's something I
But hmm, let's cheat. Let's cheat with this one.
sure. Are we
Uh,
cheating?
we have res.data.
Yeah.
Let's just pass it. Let's use it in 275 instead of notification.
I mean, that would work, but only the first time. You know what I'm saying? Like, if so, it would work the first time someone commented, but the second time someone commented, we'd lose the one in between. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, right.
So that doesn't get us to where we want to be. So I don't know. Part of me is just like do we even need the WebSocket at this point? Like just it's okay. They'll get it the next time they refresh. You know what I'm saying? Like
That is
that's
true.
that's the obvious answer here. I feel like let's do that and we'll call it a day.
Depending on where you put this notification hook, I
Yeah,
guess it could get repainted, depending on each page that they click on, right? So it would send a request each time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the way this should be set up with the use effect, like so, it should only be happening. It should only like be happening once, and then like the subscriptions there. That's my intention, is to just set this
Yeah.
up as a running subscription that's going to run for the lifespan of our application. Clearly, it's something I don't understand where that's not working right. But I think, like we said, we just say, okay, you get notifications next time you refresh. All we have to do is comment this out, and we're there. I'm 90% positive. Let's make sure that's it, and we'll say we won. We defeated the problem by changing the requirements.
Stream, Stream Overlay Pro is saying that where's the user effect that listens to the messages?
The
We
use
kind of
effect that
bundled
listens to the
everything.
messages. Oh, I
We
see
put
what you're
everything
saying.
into one.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure that's part of the issue. Going back to it too, is that there's just no use effect to trigger off the messages, which is probably why things ain't working right. Because yeah, we're just like triggering stuff in here. It's not getting
Yeah.
updated. So yeah, but now that we've got that, if there's an obvious answer there, stream overlay, let us know. But we're hitting the hard stop, and I'm seeing over here. As soon as I hit refresh, I see the notification. If I add a second one, submit, and hit refresh, got 2 notifications. That's all I needed. That's all we wanted.
We
Who
done
needs WebSockets? The web is just a series of documents. It's not applications. So yeah, we'll figure out the WebSockets here at some point. But yeah, today is not that day.
Stream Overlay. I think the project is open source, so
Yeah. Let me
if
push it up
you're
actually.
listening, scroll it down and fix it.
Yeah, if you want to fix it for us too.
Send us a fix.
Well, let me actually do like it. Check out new notification. Git add and git commit. Am working but not on WebSockets. Git push origin notification. All right, it's up. I think it's up. Let me see. Boom. To
Yeah, the branch is there.
yeah, the branch is there. I wish they gave you a link to take you to the branch instead of just the pull request automatically. But I'll drop this into chat real quick if you want to.
What's all this stuff that Stream overlay keep on mentioning. What's this comitizen?
Comitizen I'm aware of. So that is like a way of like asserting or enforcing like a Git flow. So like to make sure you have the right format on like your commit messages and stuff like that, and to make sure like you're branching properly. It's like I think it's like a CLI that kind of takes you through that. I actually don't like it that much. I just like I feel like it gets in the
Sounds too
way.
strict.
It is, but it's got some good tooling there to get out of your way when it needs to. So it's like meh, it's all right.
It's gonna take my freedom away.
Yeah,
I want to be able to type what I want.
more semantic. Yeah. Well, there you go. All right. Well, we got notifications in kind of, Andrew. We'll figure out those that React stuff. Like I said, it's nothing on the Supabase stuff. This is clearly a me problem, just not understanding the React life cycles as well as I thought I did. But yeah, we'll figure it out. When I do, I'll send you a message on Slack, or I'll probably put something on Twitter like, "Hey, we got it, we got it."
Should have done it in Angular.
No, well, I know how to do it in Angular. At least I've invested a good part of my life into ArcsJS, and so I am very confident on that side. I am not as confident on the hook side. I actually don't like hooks, precisely because of the reasons that we were seeing in here. It's like I just don't understand it well enough. Maybe if I did understand it better, I'd like it better. So yeah, exactly. It's like Stream Overlay was saying. It's not a you problem. It's a me problem. In Angular is doable. React, let me check. Exactly. But I want to get good at this. I want to get good at this too. And like the tan stack stuff in particular seems really cool to me. And like the stuff TRPC is doing. That's part of why I mentioned to you, Andrew. Part of me just wants to say we're going to use Supabase as a key value store with like some pieces. Like it's still going to be relational. It's still going to have a schema. We're still going to have like good typing on that. It just really just not doing the RLS layer would be the idea, and using like the API to make sure like things are working, the relationships, some of those things are happening. And that's again, that's not a it's not a you problem, that's a me problem, right? Like I just don't understand Postgres enough to write those functions out well enough, or to make it work as well as I'd like to. So yeah. Anyways, good stream, I think, on the whole. Thanks so much, Andrew, for coming by. I'll talk to you after stream. I think maybe we'll try to do this again sometime soon. And yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Really enjoyed this one.
Awesome.
Also, thanks to everyone who tuned in. Where's our comedian, Micro Panda?
I don't know. I think they left, but yeah, Micro Panda is going to have in. Yeah, have to go. Yep. But thanks for stopping by, and Stream Overlay. You're a mensch. Thanks for coming by. Yeah. Check out our NX stuff. Check out all of the Supabase stuff that Andrew's doing over there. Check out my channel if you want. Try to catch up to Guillaume and catch up to his 1,000 subs. So we'll get there one day. But yeah. I'll close it on that, and probably see y'all next week. Peace.